All right, here we go. All right. So I believe that last time we were exploring around, found some more Mercer spheres, Summers loops, that sort of thing. And I think that a good target... Oh my. I think that a good target for this time around might be to look into unlocking some better means of defending ourselves and healing. So let's see. That isn't hard to get at all at this point. And then rotors. I can at least make some rotors by hand, specifically to unlock this. Ooh, 50 rotors is a fair bit to make by hand, but it would probably be worth it to improve our healing situation. If you remember previously, when I ran into that first large hog, things didn't go ideally. It was very close, and I ate lots and lots and lots of barrel nuts. But this would have been a much more efficient option. Alright, nothing there to help out. Caterium. Mycelia. Now I know somewhere there is an option for a Xeno Basher. It's actually what's pictured in a lot of these hand equipment slot indicators. I don't remember how to unlock it. It's not something I've already unlocked, right? No. Xeno Zapper. Okay. Let's take a look at this, which we had producing silica quite a bit ago. That should give us enough to unlock blade runners. I think we needed modular frames as well. Let's handcraft some of those. Alright, let's take a look under quartz. Yes, 10 modular frames.
Blade runners unlocked. Equipped to run faster, jump with greater force, and decrease fall damage that might otherwise have lowered your value to fix it.
So yeah, I am very excited for those. Of course it's in the equipment crafting bench. Assuming I have the resources needed. Yes, I need a little bit more silica. Just a little. And, of course... Yeah. Okay, well... Hopefully we can find some more quartz nodes, or well, nodes ideally, but quartz deposits while out exploring. Alright. I don't think I need biomass. Well, I don't want it in there either. Maybe I should just stuff that into one of our machines. I should take a look at our biomass situation, actually. Something is still running. Leaves are. Good. Let's just dump that into there. And then let's get some wood running as well, because I have quite a bit of it, actually. I do wish I knew where that Xenobasher is hiding. 50. Rebar gun is at least something. If I had the rebar gun, I would love to have, what is it, stun rebar? Is that under Caterium? Yeah. Caterium electronics. Ah, it's nice it shows you what is blocking you. Power slugs, nutrients. I do need to find some of these. Steel pipes. I wonder if I have enough. I think it required 50, of course. Okay. Well, let's see, looking back out at the map. There was that Caterium node there, that Caterium node there. I think that I am just going to have to build a bridge across here. And to be fair, I do want to get to that Caterium node, so I would need some kind of bridge structure at some point. I still haven't explored this corner, though. Maybe I'll head out in that direction. Let me just check in on our production here. Oh, and I can turn this off. And turn this back on so that we're actually producing efficiently. Because yeah, having that down certainly causes a lot of things to stop-start. Alright, making some progress. Let's head out in that direction. Yeah, go actually explore the arch. And we have a parachute now. And yeah, the control of this parachute is really fantastic, actually. Lets you do stuff like that. Copper, don't really need any of that at the moment. Now, of course, later on in the game, it's going to be our goal to expand to a lot of these resource nodes. Yeah, once again, I keep feeling like I'm hearing a strange sound, but who knows. But a lot of these resource nodes, you know, we'll want to actually be utilizing. We'll want to expand, build factories out to it. But at the moment, we don't have many logistic options. Our means of moving resources around are just belts. And a lot of people will just run very, very long belt lines, and there's nothing inherently wrong with that. I just, I think it's mostly that I don't enjoy the aesthetics of it, frankly. I tend to prefer other, more bulk transport logistic options that you unlock later. Might as well gather some biomass out here. Oh, interesting. So there are some fractured rocks sitting here blocking our way. That's something I believe we can overcome before hopefully too long. A lot of this depends on unlocking MAM research. And At least so far, I've had trouble getting my hands on Caterium, quartz, and sulfur. I think coal also would be very, very useful at this point. So we'll have to keep our eyes open. I can't scan for a lot of those yet, can I? Ooh, I can scan for sulfur, and I haven't done that. Okay. Well, we are going to be exploring that area. Let's drop a little marker right on it. And there's some more even farther out. I don't think I'll bother to mark those. I haven't quite braved getting out to this quartz deposit yet, so I figure I'll stick with this close impure node for now. I'm very sure that there are ways to put down colored icons on the map and like adjust the behavior of those stamps. I also think there's a way to just look at a location and place a stamp there. I cannot remember how to do that, and I keep forgetting to look it up. Oh, lizard dog, nothing to worry about. Got some poison fart rocks up here, if you will. Whoa, that was a little weird. I was just trying to jump out of that little gap down there. Let's go ahead and grab these berries right off the edge of the map. So yeah, the map does have hard boundaries, and as you can see, we're not getting past this point. Let's not fall off. How about that? Got some more hogs. It is occurring to me as well that I should be probably making these guys into alien DNA capsules when we get back. I think I've been picking up a fair bit of hog remains. Yeah, more. Ooh, normal nodes, okay. So yeah, just those 2 nodes would equate to 4 impure nodes back at our home base. There's that sound again. Oh, hey. I was looking for these. Oh, got an achievement.
Potential edible collected. Reminder that look and smell alone do not provide sufficient data to determine exact risk of consumption. Just because it looks like you can eat it does not mean it won't eat you. Research it in the MAM to establish classification and potential application.
I suspect that I can eat it, but better safe than sorry. This coming from the guy who chucked back a pale berry right upon landing. Okay, well, at least the parachute lets us somewhat salvage situations like that. This jump. Bane of my existence. Okay. I think I saw a plasma spitter roaming out here, so we'll keep an eye out for that. Figure I might as well grab these slugs in the meantime. Yeah, the parachute is by no means, by no means the end-all be-all of mobility, but it is very useful. Not just for saving yourself from falling, but also for so yeah, these plasma spitters will shoot long-range blasts at you, but then when you get up in their face and hit them, they'll shoot one of those very short-range, almost shotgun bursts. No. Let's try that again. Okay, there we go. You're coming with me, bud. But yeah, when you get up in their face, they'll shoot one of those short-range shotgun bursts. I believe it's when you hit them, and it's on some kind of timer, as in, if you trigger it once, there's a delay before it can trigger again. So yeah, watching for that the first time you get in some damage is very helpful. This doesn't look particularly climbable. Pretty sure there was a slug up the top there, so let's go ahead and mark it. All right. Okay, we are getting very close to that sulfur node. And yeah, I'm not certain if sulfur alone will give us new research options, but I figure it's worth trying to gather up some. Oh, an underwater Mercer sphere.
Look through the window and witness a threat.
I'm harvesting. We'll see how good an idea that turns out to be. At least for my sanity. We're getting into some different looking territory out here. To me, that means we could start running into some more deadly creatures. So I'll have to be careful. But this is what we really came out here for. Okay, that took a fair bit. And I figure 50 is at least something to work with. Well, let's cut up this way. That's got to be a Somers loop out there. Do you have any defenders? Yes. Yeah, the Somers loops seem to be growing out of a plant or something of the like. Probably commented on that before. I just think it's a cool design. Oh, that's another crashed freighter. Oh, you charged right off the bat. Okay. Oh, you're like one hit away. There we go. Just narrowly missed the other one. I do need to get better about getting a smack in as they go by there. There we go. Okay, some screws. Rotors, that should help out with some of the researches. I still need to be looking for quartz. Quartz. Reinforced iron plates. Nothing I couldn't make myself at this point, though I don't have rotors automated, certainly, so can't complain. Oh, just pull handle the open door. Not gonna complain about that either. No resources required. Okay. There's still some sections of the map up here yet to be explored. Hearing an enemy. Or actually, maybe that was a bean out there. Alright. Little sulfur deposit. I think I was calling those outcroppings before, but I picked up somebody calling them deposits at some point. And that does seem like a nice little name for it. Ooh. Okay. Just a small stinger. Oh, not enough space. Okay. Well, I can get rid of some leaves, because that's not doing much. But yeah, as you may have guessed, similar to most of the creatures, there are smaller and larger variants, and boy, I'll tell you, the larger stingers. They're a little haunting. Okay, so yeah, I can't seem to let go of the parachute. Oh, I don't actually want to deal with you if avoidable. Oh, you're gonna be chasing me. Okay, all right. Let's see if we can cheese you a bit on this rock. This doesn't feel very nice, but at the same time, oh, not enough space for a power slug. Okay. What's the lowest value stuff we're carrying? Probably those 19 rods. Not doing much. Okay. Now I think it's time to get back. If we are having trouble carrying anything at all. Oh, a little bit of Caterium there. Let's get rid of some limestone. So yeah, I don't know how much is going to be required to get some of those Caterium mam trees, but it seems worthwhile to gather what we can. Wow, yeah, the clouds can persist for further away than you might expect. Oh, careful, big guy. I wouldn't go standing too close to those clouds. Yeah, that doesn't look like a great situation. Wish you all the best. Let me up. Alright. Guess first things first, let's store any biomass we've collected. So yeah, it seems like things are running behind at this point.
This mushroom, dubbed bacon agaric due to its uncanny resemblance to raw bacon, is compatible with the human digestive system and has been added to the object scanner. Further research is available.
Okay. Guess I will take that stuff out. What do I need in terms of... Okay. So I should have enough for that easily. Let's process those remains. I don't think they're doing any good sitting as they are. Might as well make these into protein. And I'm just realizing I do need to research spitters.
The remains researched belong to an organism that tends to nest near objects emitting specific types of resonance. Spitters are called as such due to their ability to create and spit plasma across long distances. Spitter remains can now be made into alien protein, and additional research may reveal options for improving pioneer safety during exploration.
As you can maybe see, once you get to handcrafting things like screws, you're not going to be very efficient at all. They take a long time to craft because you need so many of them. Whoop, I need more still. Let's just grab some screws. Let's do that. Alright, there we go. I think that's what we needed. Yes.
Research completed. The protein inhaler can restore health in the eventuality that you have been carelessly damaging fix-it property.
Yeah, I am definitely fix-it property. Or at least that's what Ada thinks. Let's see, what am I actually gonna do here? All this is gated on finding Sam. So I have no idea where a Sam node would be around here. It's probably hidden away fairly well. I can at least start some Caterium research.
Research completed. Caterium ingot recipe unlocked. New Caterium research available.
Oh, okay. Thanks. So 50 ingots and then quick wire. Yeah, and to really start on sulfur research, it seems like I'll need coal. Is that coal or charcoal? I can't tell. Yeah, more silica would sure be nice. I'm so close to having those blade runners, but just not quite. You I can get. 5 DNA capsules to start. That was under megafauna? Yes. I need just a bit more rods. I didn't even notice.
Research to develop the rebar gun is now available. When completed, you will be in possession of a tool effective against any local obstacles actively objecting to the fix-it mission.
If I could get some stun rebar, that would really change things up, but not quite there. Okay. Well, let's stash some things away for now. And get some hard drive research going. What do I need for blade runners again? Silica, but how much? 20. I think I have that. Okay. It's 3 of each. My mistake. Let's look at hard drives really quick and get one scanning. All right. And then one more of each. Or 2, since I make 2 at a time for modular frames. And that should finally get us the blade runners. All right. So maybe I've hyped these up a fair bit, but you can see how they affect your movement speed. So my sprinting speed, if I can just hit the right button, is noticeably faster with them equipped. So that's the normal sprint. And then jumping. And then This is the Blade Runner sprint. And this is the Blade Runner slide jump. Look at that. Okay, so yeah, the mobility offered by these and the speed, I just love it. It feels like I'm finally properly moving around now that I have these. So, very excited about that. Alright, so unfortunately I have some bad news here. This is me cutting in with some narration during the editing process. So I believe I mentioned at the start of this that I was having issues with recording, and I thought that I had resolved those, so I was able to record a pretty lengthy gameplay session afterwards. However, once I actually took a look back at the video files from that, it turns out that my narration while playing didn't come through at all. So what you're going to see from here until the end of the episode is a compilation of my recording session that followed. So my first thought was to start looking into Caterium for some of that MAM research I was just looking at. And in order to actually get my hands on a decent amount of Caterium, I wanted to set up a little Caterium mining outpost somewhere on the map. So I started using this to-do list and, prepping ingredients for the miners and biomass burners that would be necessary to make that happen. And this is me just getting those ingredients together, and then eventually I head out to scout an actual location for that outpost. The first location that I went looking for was like a decently sized little island that was far off to the south, and I found this summer sloop there.
We hum a simple melody into the effigy, yet we hear no harmony. It covers the temple in bones and organs and limbs, yet ignores our bleeding wounds. Scripture is needed. Consume.
A familiar pattern is emerging in your brain. Please assess yourself for signs of concussion. If necessary, a replacement pioneer will be dispatched. Work must continue. Replacement delivery schedule estimate. Error, years.
So that little bit from Ada was interesting to me, and while I was playing, I remember commenting that error years estimate for a replacement was a bit unusual. I wonder if the implication is that Fix-It, whatever, corporation it was or used to be, doesn't properly exist anymore, or if something isn't functioning properly behind the scenes with Ada. I sort of suspect that maybe whatever Fix-It used to be, it isn't, fully functional anymore, and maybe is being run by Ada or instances of Ada just as a skeleton. Unclear, I'm just speculating here. So that Caterium node you saw me looking at earlier was on that island where I found the summer sloop. However, because it was blocked by that rock outcropping, I decided to instead move production to this other Caterium node, which is in like a waterfall area along the coastline to the north. So I set up a bunch of smelters for this, and then ended up powering the whole thing off a biomass burner. I think a single burner was sufficient. The node actually turned out to be a pure node, so I'm not exactly making optimal use of it. I don't even think that I had the belts to do so. I'm pretty sure I was still at just Mark 1 belts, 60 per minute at this point. But it was good enough to at least get some production going so that I had some ingots to pick up later on for research and other things. Don't know why I'm jumping there, probably just to get a look at the belt. Oh, and here I unlocked the cast screw alternate recipe, which is a very, very nice early game alternate recipe to unlock. And honestly, unlocking this thing is most of the reason why I didn't just bite the bullet and re-record all of this gameplay. I was worried that if I reloaded a save all the way back to before the audio cut out, that I would lose the unlock for that recipe, and I ended up incorporating it into some production lines, so I really didn't want to lose it.
Research completed. Black powder recipe unlocked. New sulfur research available.
But going back to that cast screws recipe, it allows you to produce screws directly from iron ingots instead of having to produce iron rods as sort of an intermediary product. And that is very, very, very useful, especially in the early game, just to cut out that whole step of turning it into iron rods. Also, it produces it at a slightly faster rate, which is nice. And here I unlocked the rebar gun.
Rebar gun and iron rebar ammo unlocked. Your ingenuity towards preservation of fix-it property has been noted. You earned a micro break. And welcome back. I hope you feel refreshed.
I love that micro break bit. But yeah, that rebar gun, especially once we unlock some alternate ammunition for it, can be very, very, very useful. It's really nice to finally have a ranged option for dealing with combat. And here I finally remembered that there's another iron node sitting off here that I hadn't made use of. And I, over the course of this playthrough, was able to slowly integrate that into my production lines, I believe along with use of the cast screws recipe, in order to start manufacturing some, I think it was rotors and smart plating. Oh yeah, I did do some exploring around while looking for biomass, found this crashed freighter out here in a poison cloud. Also found this power slug out on a cliff. I got this notification that some hogs were surprising me and attacking, but fortunately they were a bit overzealous, and it didn't turn out to be much of a problem.
Our blood could fill the effigy veins for a resonance song. Scripture becomes harmony, becomes composition. Defile our temple and the threads will sew the windows open.
Pattern analysis continuing. New instruction. Repeat pioneer exposure to alien artifacts. Brain damage compensation packages may be available on successful completion of a special claims form. Our expert fix-it medical staff are impartial and always open to assess your claim.
Yeah, as you can see, I was able to get that Mercer Sphere despite this guy. I think I ended up just kind of juking around him and not fully fighting that one. I can't really remember, though. Yeah, this is me just actually merging the outputs from those two miners together, directing them into some new smelters that I got set up, and then pumping in the extra iron ingots to this assembly here that I think is making some iron rods, but also making use of that cast screws recipe. At least I believe that's the case. Did some more exploring around, some more bouncing while I was out. Why not?
We watch the waves of the effigies in the shallows passing through the windows, and they're all the same. There is no resonance growth. Sing.
I just called the fix-it doctors. They told me there is definitely no danger from repeat exposure to these signals. In fact, they said it is good for you. I apologize, but the call dropped suddenly, otherwise they would have told you themselves. The good news is you should run towards these strange and dangerous-looking objects whenever you find them. Doctor's orders.
Nice. Again, another possible little hint there that maybe there are no people involved with Fix-It anymore.
Research completed. Quickwire recipe unlocked. New Caterium research available.
So yeah, now that I actually had access to some ingots from that little Caterium outpost I set up, I was able to complete that. I then proceed to, handcraft a bunch of quick wire for further research in the man.
Zipline unlocked. When equipped, the zipline facilitates travel along power lines, regardless of whether the line is powered. Note: based on previous Pioneer events, Fixit recommends not using ziplines during thunderstorms and typhoons, or while drinking coffee.
That zip line is a very cool little tool, allowing you to traverse along power lines very fast, which is nice since you end up having to run power all over the place anyway. So it's cool to be able to just use that same infrastructure as a transport mechanism. It does kind of get outpaced by some other movement upgrades later on, though.
Stun rebar ammo unlocked. This applies a moderate electric charge to the target, capable of stunning small creatures and moderately delaying larger ones. This is quite atomically exciting. That was a physics joke.
Yeah, that stun rebar is something that I will get a lot of use out of during combat later on. I think that is an insanely useful early game weapon.
New Caterium research options available. Congratulations on finding this metal. Many Fixit initiatives will benefit from Caterium's applicability in advanced engineering. Also, it is probably not sentient, and so unlikely to feel pain as we exploit it.
Good to hear. Finally unlocking some Caterium here was really nice, because it does open up a wide array of technologies, especially early on. Stun rebar and zip lines are nice, but also things like smart splitters you can get relatively early, and something that I'll be pushing for later on. So this is me finally turning on this extra node of production, along with the original, both overclocked 50%, at least I believe 50%. And just merging those together to form one shared line to drive some further production. Yeah, especially pushing towards getting smart plating here to finally finish out phase 1 with that, I think it's a 50 smart plating requirement up there. So yeah, not much, but you just have to have that produced in an assembler, which is what I've set up here. See, after a fair bit, I did finally end up with enough smart plating here to complete phase 1. Yeah, a bit of a shame that the initial reaction to this got lost. And of course, there was a bean just standing right on the control panel in the way as I went to complete this momentous occasion. So I just loaded in, and then pull the handle to seal it and prepare it for launch up to that space platform.
Welcome to the Project Assembly Pioneer Progress presentation. Congratulations, the Phase 1 project part shipment is now ready for delivery. On delivery, Phase 1 will be completed and the distribution platform will be constructed. After completion of Phase 1, the technologies of Tiers 3 and 4 will become available in the hub. Highlights are automated power, steel production, personnel transportation, and many more. Completing Phase 2 of Project Assembly is your next main objective. New project parts will need to be produced and delivered to the space elevator as you have done previously. Continue to construct, automate, explore, and exploit for a better Fixit future.
Of course, I had those beans, horrible movement sound effects in the background for this. But I do like how they give you this overview of what the next tiers are going to offer. Sort of priming you for working with new stuff. I love watching that thing launch. And, my jaw dropped a little bit when it cleared the clouds like that.
Phase 1 of Project Assembly completed. This is only the beginning of Project Assembly, the first step towards saving the day. You have performed adequately so far. Reminder, not only is Fix-It saving humanity, it is saving all of Earth, including kittens and puppies. It is statistically likely that you appreciate the continued existence of kittens and/or puppies. Continue the work for their sake. Continue the work for Fix-It. It is time to start the work on Phase 2 of Project Assembly.
Ada always there with the professional motivation techniques. But yes, very excited to have completed Phase 1 here, and very much looking forward to some future technology unlocks. Yeah, apologies for the unusual format of this, that my initial recording was just missing audio. But hopefully this overview of what happened and, edited down version at least gives you a sense for how the playthrough went and some of the highlights from that long session I recorded, so that you can feel caught up once we start properly working towards Phase 2 this time. And yeah, I have changed up my whole recording setup as a result of this issue, so I'm hoping that this is a one-time thing and can be avoided in the future. Yeah, very much looking forward to next time. That's going to be the end of today's episode. Thank you all for joining me, and I hope to see you in the next one.